Across the galaxy, whispers circulate of a mysterious species known as humans. No one seems to know precisely where they come from or what their intentions are, but the tales about them are impossible to ignore. According to these stories, humans are unlike any other beings in the known universe. They are said to appear at crucial moments, making seemingly impossible decisions and taking actions that leave even the most advanced species in awe. Yet they vanish just as quickly, leaving behind only fragmented accounts and unanswered questions. Over time, humans have become a fascination, a point of curiosity and mystery that spreads from one corner of the galaxy to another. To some, humans are merely a myth, a tale that's exaggerated and embellished as it passes from one system to the next. But the frequency and consistency of these stories have left many species unable to dismiss them entirely. Tales circulate in hushed tones in the corners of alien marketplaces, among the curious and the conspiracy theorists alike. Some believe that humans are covert agents, manipulating events from the shadows. Others think they are explorers, observing and learning without revealing themselves fully. And yet a third group argues that they might be guardians, appearing only when needed, then retreating to the edges of known space. Strange artifacts, occasionally found in remote locations, seem to support the stories. Alien archaeologists and scientists have uncovered devices of unknown origin, simple yet effective tools that bear no resemblance to any known technology in the galaxy. The materials and craftsmanship are curious, efficient, but distinctly alien to the galactic standard. Each discovery adds to the growing mythology surrounding humans. These items suggest a species with a unique understanding of both technology and practicality, one unburdened by the complex bureaucracy that hinders many advanced civilizations. Rumors circulate that these devices are gifts left behind by humans or perhaps remnants of their covert activities, each one adding to their enigmatic allure. Over the years, more encounters are reported. Some are indirect, a glimpse of a ship that doesn't match any known design, a sudden solution to a crisis that had seemed insurmountable, a transmission that appears only long enough to provide critical information before cutting off abruptly. Other encounters are first-hand accounts from explorers and traders who claim to have seen humans face to face, describing them as surprisingly unassuming, almost mundane in appearance. And yet these accounts are filled with wonder, for these seemingly ordinary beings are said to possess a quiet strength and intelligence that belies their outward appearance. These rare sightings are recounted in great detail, each word woven into the myth of humanity that grows with each retelling. It's not just the artifacts and encounters that fuel the legend of humans, it's the impact they seem to have on the events themselves. In numerous cases, galactic events that seem destined to spiral out of control are mysteriously stabilized. Conflicts that had raged for years suddenly cool, missing ships are found, and complex technological problems are resolved without explanation. The signs point to intervention from a species that understands the galaxy's inner workings yet chooses to remain unseen. Those who piece together the puzzle start to wonder if humanity is operating as a hidden force, subtly guiding events without seeking recognition or gratitude. The more these tales spread, the more the galaxy begins to suspect that humans are not a myth but a reality, a powerful and elusive presence woven into the fabric of galactic society. The stories become so pervasive that even the highest councils begin to take notice. They start gathering data on human encounters, hoping to understand if this unknown species is a threat, a potential ally, or something in between. Despite their best efforts, they uncover little. Humans appear to be masters of remaining hidden when they choose to, slipping through the cracks of surveillance, and eluding any attempts to track them. They seem to operate with a precision and subtlety that defies galactic norms, only adding to their allure. The myth of humanity becomes a topic of debate across planets. In government chambers and scientific circles, species discuss whether these mysterious beings truly exist and, if they do, what their motivations might be. Some argue that humans are observers, studying the galaxy from the shadows, while others suspect they have a grand design, a purpose that could shape the future of all known species. For some, the idea of humans as secret manipulators stirs unease. For others, the possibility that humans might be guardians provides a strange comfort. But without clear evidence, the speculation remains divided, with each news story adding fuel to an already roaring fire of mystery. Despite the absence of definitive proof, the legend persists. The allure of humanity grows, as aliens exchange stories that keep the myth alive. Tales of human courage, resilience, and ingenuity become a form of galactic folklore, passed down from one generation to the next. Some alien cultures even begin to adopt human-like practices based on the stories, believing that emulating the behaviors of this mysterious species might grant them some of their legendary strength and adaptability. Humanity's influence, it seems, extends beyond their direct actions, shaping the beliefs and practices of those who hear their stories. In the end, humans are both everywhere and nowhere. Their reputation as the galaxy's worst-kept secret makes them a subject of endless fascination, an enigma that defies all attempts at understanding. The galaxy's inhabitants are left with only questions and fragments of truth, each one hinting at a presence that is both familiar and distant. Humanity's legacy grows with each passing year, as more beings whisper of the strange, unseen force that seems to be watching over them from the shadows. Whether humans are real or simply a shared illusion, their myth endures, a testament to the power of the unknown and the allure of a secret that, once whispered, can never truly be silenced. Accounts of encounters with humans slowly accumulated, each story adding another piece to the galaxy's growing puzzle. What set these reports apart was a striking consistency. Humans always appeared at critical junctures, moments when events seemed to hang in the balance. Whether it was a crew stranded in the depths of space, an explorer on the verge of discovery, or a planet facing imminent catastrophe, humans seemed to emerge out of nowhere, intervene just enough to tip the scales, and then vanish as mysteriously as they had arrived. These encounters were often relayed by lone traders or adventurers, individuals with no formal authority or allegiance, and thus dismissed as exaggerated or untrustworthy. But as more stories began to overlap, even the most skeptical alien leaders had to admit there might be truth in the rumors. Reports indicated that humans operated with an uncanny level of understanding about galactic events. They appeared informed, knowing precisely where and when to intervene. This pattern suggested more than mere chance. It hinted at purpose, a carefully considered strategy that left alien observers increasingly unsettled. For instance, one well-circulated account told of a freighter pilot who encountered humans when her ship was nearly destroyed by a malfunction in a distant sector. She described how a human vessel arrived in the nick of time, patched her systems with technology she couldn't identify, and then left without waiting for thanks. When questioned, she couldn't recall any markings or specific details about the human ship. It was as if the encounter had been orchestrated to leave no trace. Similar stories repeated across sectors, humans intervening in a crisis, providing assistance, and leaving before the recipients could learn anything about them. Alien officials were left baffled, suspecting that humans were not only keeping themselves hidden but deliberately cultivating their mysterious image. Attempts to make formal contact with humans proved fruitless. Multiple efforts to track or trace human vessels ended in frustration. Surveillance drones dispatched to monitor suspected human activity inevitably lost their targets, and even the most advanced sensors reported nothing but static when focused on areas where humans were rumored to be. Galactic authorities, growing increasingly intrigued and alarmed, deployed covert teams to investigate, hoping to uncover patterns in humanity's movements. But no matter how closely they watched, humans evaded detection. They appeared immune to conventional tracking, seeming to know when they were being observed and taking measures to ensure they left nothing behind. This evasive behavior fueled speculation among alien governments. Some believed humans were intentionally hiding, perhaps to avoid drawing attention to their plans. Others suspected humans were testing the galaxy, assessing its readiness before making themselves known. A smaller faction argued that humans were simply cautious by nature, unwilling to reveal themselves fully until they understood the intentions of the species they encountered. With no clear answers, each alien leader filled the void with theories, adding layers of intrigue to humanity's already complex reputation. The more these reports circulated, the more curious the galaxy's inhabitants became about humanity's goals. Each sighting, each fleeting encounter, left questions that no one could answer. Alien scholars pored over fragmented data, comparing notes on human interventions, but patterns remained elusive. Humans seemed to operate in a way that defied galactic norms, responding to crises and yet never seeking acknowledgement. This indirect approach left alien civilizations struggling to understand if humanity was friend or foe. Were they potential allies, a hidden threat, or something in between? Over time, the galaxy grew to recognize a pattern in human behavior. While humans never sought credit, their actions hinted at a code of ethics, a principle of intervening when their help could alter a dire situation. They offered assistance where it was needed, but never at the expense of revealing their full intentions. Those who benefited from their interventions began to speak of humans in tones of gratitude and awe, while others, particularly those in power, felt a nagging sense of vulnerability. Alien leaders realized that, despite their best efforts, humans could operate undetected, watching, intervening, and disappearing as they wished. This ability to navigate the galaxy without detection was as intriguing as it was disconcerting. Questions about human intentions spread throughout the galaxy's governing bodies, sparking debates and speculation. Were humans operating as silent observers, watching for reasons only they understood? Or were they preparing for something larger, a moment when their presence would be undeniably felt? Alien authorities pondered these questions, some driven by curiosity, others by a quiet unease. Humanity's tendency to appear only when the stakes were high made them seem like a force of nature, present only in times of crisis, adding to their mythos as a shadowy, almost supernatural presence. A few courageous leaders attempted direct communication, broadcasting signals and messages in hopes of attracting human attention. These efforts were met with silence. Humans either did not receive the messages or chose not to respond, further deepening the mystery around them. Aliens began to see this as part of humanity's carefully crafted behavior, appearing only on their own terms, choosing when and where to intervene, and evading any attempts at direct engagement. This selective invisibility became one of their defining characteristics, one that left the galaxy both frustrated and fascinated. Despite this elusiveness, whispers of human encounters persisted, each one carrying subtle hints of humanity's unique capabilities. Alien officials began keeping unofficial records, tracking reported sightings in hopes of deciphering some hidden pattern. They wanted to understand why humans behaved the way they did, and what might drive a species to exist within the galaxy while avoiding true interaction. But humanity's actions defied prediction, and any attempts to anticipate their movements ended in frustration. Humanity remained the galaxy's worst-kept secret, a powerful enigma that everyone knew about but no one could fully grasp. Ultimately, humanity's decision to remain just out of reach only amplified their legend. Alien species found themselves drawn to the mystery, captivated by the idea of a species that could operate within the galaxy yet maintain such a profound level of secrecy. Humans had become something more than a mere species. They were an ideal, a legend, a subject of endless debate and fascination. Each incomplete story, each unconfirmed sighting, added to the tapestry of mystery surrounding them. And as much as the galaxy yearned for answers, humanity continued to elude them, content in their role as the unseen force shaping the galaxy from the shadows. As stories of human encounters spread, alien civilizations became increasingly aware of an unsettling truth: humans were far more resourceful than anyone had anticipated. While the galaxy's major powers prided themselves on advanced technology, humans displayed a different kind of skill, a capacity for improvisation and adaptability that defied conventional wisdom. In every reported encounter, humans demonstrated a unique way of solving problems, often using unorthodox methods that left witnesses astonished and sometimes unnerved. They seemed to operate beyond the constraints of traditional technology, relying on a combination of creativity and quick thinking that few other species could replicate. One particular story circulated widely among the galactic community, describing a human crew trapped in a malfunctioning vessel in a dangerous nebula. Alien ships nearby, with access to advanced tools, considered the situation hopeless. Yet, to their shock, the human crew used makeshift materials from their surroundings to repair their systems, jury-rigging solutions that shouldn't have worked by any known standards. Somehow, they escaped unharmed, displaying a level of adaptability that even the most advanced species couldn't understand. This pattern of improvisation became a hallmark of humanity's presence in the galaxy, using whatever resources they had, regardless of limitations or apparent futility. Further examples highlighted humanity's ability to navigate complex situations with minimal resources. Their knack for turning simple tools into effective solutions left aliens both fascinated and uneasy. In another well-known incident, a human outpost managed to fend off a pirate attack by reconfiguring mining equipment as weaponry, an approach that would never have occurred to the more structured, protocol-driven species. Time and again, humans displayed an ability to think on their feet, an instinctive talent for survival that didn't rely on standard procedures or conventional defenses. They had a way of reshaping problems, of approaching challenges from unexpected angles, which enabled them to survive and even thrive in situations that would overwhelm others. As these tales grew, so did the galaxy's realization that human technology, while less advanced in some areas, held an edge in flexibility. Humans didn't rely solely on their tools, they adapted and improved them on the spot. This adaptability made their presence uniquely unpredictable. Traditional technologies followed specific parameters, but humans seemed able to repurpose anything at hand. To alien observers, this wasn't merely an unusual skill, it was a testament to a mindset that approached every challenge as an opportunity for innovation. It gave humans a reputation as problem solvers who could not be easily anticipated or outmaneuvered. But it wasn't just their technological improvisation that caught attention. Humanity's psychological resilience, their capacity to handle stress and danger with calm and focus, became another defining trait. Where other species might falter under pressure or rely on strict hierarchies, humans demonstrated a remarkable level of emotional fortitude. Reports spoke of humans remaining collected in high-stakes situations, adapting their plans on the fly, and rallying each other with an unspoken understanding. Their resilience seemed to go beyond physical endurance, stemming instead from an internal drive that enabled them to tackle even the bleakest scenarios without hesitation. The effect of this resilience on those who encountered it was profound. Alien allies who fought alongside humans described a kind of confidence that was as reassuring as it was intimidating. Humans did not panic when faced with the unknown, they assessed, calculated, and acted with a calm that implied experience beyond their years. This composure created an aura around them, a sense that humans could face anything and find a way through. To many, this level of resolve seemed almost unnatural, giving rise to legends about humans as beings who defied fear itself. The galaxy found itself captivated by this rare quality, wondering if it stemmed from the dangers of Earth or from some deeper, intrinsic trait. One of humanity's greatest strengths, it seemed, was their ability to inspire this same confidence in others. Those who worked with humans described feeling emboldened, their own fears diminishing in the face of humanity's calm determination. Humans shared strategies, motivated their allies, and approached challenges with a mindset that was contagious. They brought an energy to their interactions, encouraging those around them to think differently, to adapt and overcome rather than give in to despair. To the galaxy, this ability to inspire resilience in others was a powerful trait, one that made humans more than just allies. They became symbols of defiance against overwhelming odds. For alien governments, this reputation was both alluring and unsettling. The unpredictability of human methods posed a challenge to those who attempted to analyze or understand them. Humans could not be easily categorized or confined to expectations, a fact that complicated diplomatic strategies. Leaders found it difficult to predict how humans would respond in any given situation, as they consistently defied norms, pushing boundaries in ways that other species would never attempt. Their flexibility made them equally capable of surprising kindness or fierce retaliation, adapting to any role that suited their needs in the moment. This duality added a layer of intrigue to their myth, making humans a subject of cautious admiration. As reports of human ingenuity continued to circulate, alien species grew increasingly divided in their opinions. Some viewed humans as invaluable allies, beings whose resilience and creativity could turn the tide in any conflict. Others, however, saw them as a potential threat, a species whose adaptability and tenacity made them impossible to control or predict. There was a growing recognition that humanity could alter the balance of power in ways that traditional diplomacy couldn't anticipate. For better or worse, humans had proven they could navigate situations that would paralyze others, and this realization left a mark on every species that encountered them. In the end, humanity's reputation solidified as the galaxy's wildcard. They were a species unbound by convention, capable of thriving in any circumstance through sheer ingenuity and resolve. The stories of their escapades became a form of legend, inspiring both respect and caution among those who heard them. Humanity's presence in the galaxy was now undeniable, a testament to a species that had earned its place not by conforming to galactic norms, but by redefining them. The galaxy understood that as long as humans were around, no situation could be fully controlled or predicted. And while this unpredictability made them a powerful ally, it also ensured that humanity would remain a mystery, an enigma that kept the galaxy both intrigued and vigilant, wondering what this unpredictable species would do next. As humanity's reputation spread, alien leaders began to take a deeper interest in understanding their true motives. Humanity's elusive behavior, appearing at pivotal moments, solving problems with unparalleled ingenuity, and then disappearing without a trace, left galactic governments grasping for answers. Were humans a hidden threat, biding their time for a larger agenda, or were they acting as quiet guardians, intervening to preserve a fragile balance in the galaxy? Each new account added complexity to this mystery, forcing alien officials to confront the possibility that humanity's intentions might be far more calculated than initially thought. Alien leaders from various factions pooled their resources to analyze what little data they had on human sightings. Their analysis centered on one pressing question: what did humanity want? Reports were combed for any discernible pattern, geographic locations, timing, and the nature of the crises that seemed to attract human intervention. Yet, no clear pattern emerged. Humans appeared in disparate locations, with no clear bias toward any particular species or territory. The only consistency was their timing. They appeared when situations were at their most dire, when stakes were high, and resolution seemed out of reach. This observation led some to speculate that humans might be motivated by a unique ethical code, a guiding principle that compelled them to act when others could not. They seemed to avoid conflicts that could be resolved independently, intervening only when a tipping point was near. To many, this behavior hinted at a philosophy rooted in preservation rather than conquest, a code that valued stability and avoided unnecessary disruptions. However, humanity's refusal to engage directly, to explain or justify their actions, left others skeptical. Some alien leaders viewed this restraint as tactical, a way to gather intelligence while remaining uncommitted. Others speculated that humans had established a shadow network throughout the galaxy, a means of monitoring events without direct involvement. According to this theory, humans had strategically placed sensors, outposts, or even covert operatives to observe galactic affairs from afar. The idea was unnerving. If true, it suggested that humans understood the galaxy's dynamics better than any centralized power. Alien governments became increasingly aware of their vulnerability, realizing that humanity might know more about them than they knew about humanity. This suspicion led to growing tensions, with some factions considering humans a potential threat to galactic sovereignty. However, another faction argued that humanity's actions indicated a desire to maintain peace and stability, even at their own expense. Alien historians pointed out that in every recorded instance, human interventions had prevented larger catastrophes, averting wars, assisting failing colonies, or rescuing explorers on the brink of death. These cases supported the idea that humans acted with a protective instinct, not out of self-interest but with an apparent dedication to preserving life across all species. To these historians, humanity's secrecy wasn't a strategy of domination. It was a means of keeping attention focused on collective welfare rather than their own influence. The debate intensified as more data surfaced, and alien leaders began discussing whether humanity should be approached as an ally or monitored as a potential adversary. The possibility of an alliance was tempting, an opportunity to gain insight into humanity's mysterious behavior and perhaps even benefit from their innovative tactics. Some factions, intrigued by the idea, advocated for outreach programs, suggesting that attempts should be made to formally invite humans into interstellar coalitions. They argued that humanity's skills and unique outlook on survival could be invaluable assets, providing insights into unorthodox strategies and promoting unity in the face of galactic challenges. Others were wary of such overtures, fearing that humanity's alliance would come at a hidden cost. If humans were truly as adaptable and unpredictable as the stories suggested, then forging an alliance might expose the galaxy to unforeseen consequences. They questioned whether humanity would remain loyal to any coalition or if their loyalty lay solely in their own values and objectives. The concern was that humanity might follow its own agenda, disregarding coalition agreements if they conflicted with their moral code. This unpredictability made it difficult to decide on a clear course of action, leaving alien leaders to weigh the risks and rewards of reaching out to a species they could neither fully trust nor ignore. In their deliberations, alien governments also considered the possibility that humanity might decline any formal invitation. Humans had, after all, chosen to remain in the shadows, intervening on their own terms without seeking acknowledgement. Their behavior hinted at a preference for autonomy, an unwillingness to become entangled in the politics of intergalactic coalitions. This potential for independence added another layer of complexity. If humanity rejected an alliance, would they continue to act as silent protectors, or would they withdraw completely? For some, the thought of losing human intervention entirely was almost as alarming as the idea of a potentially self-interested human agenda. In the end, alien leaders were left in a state of uneasy admiration. Humanity's actions, elusive as they were, conveyed a kind of purpose that defied simple interpretation. Whether they were guardians, observers, or tacticians, their influence had already shaped key events across the galaxy. Despite humanity's continued silence, they had become a symbol of calculated restraint, a power that chose when to act and when to step back. They held influence without ever asserting it openly, earning respect from some and suspicion from others. Alien leaders found themselves caught in a paradox. They feared humanity's unpredictability, yet could not deny the potential of a species so capable of decisive intervention and steadfast anonymity. This left the galaxy at a crossroads, unable to determine whether humanity would eventually emerge as a formal ally or remain a silent overseer, shaping events from the shadows. Humanity's choice to operate as they had, to be seen yet remain unknown, left alien leaders facing the reality that the galaxy might never fully grasp their motives. It was a strategy that granted humanity a unique position of influence, a place where they could shape the galaxy without being bound by its rules. Ultimately, the galaxy accepted humanity's presence with both caution and respect, understanding that they might never know humanity's true intentions. Humanity's actions spoke louder than any formal declaration, each intervention reinforcing the mystery that surrounded them. For now, alien leaders could only watch and wait, respecting the space humans had carved for themselves as silent actors, shaping the galaxy with a delicate balance of action and restraint. It was a presence that demanded attention yet required no explanation, a place of quiet authority earned not by conquest but by the simple power of choice. Over time, humanity's presence became an accepted part of galactic life, a whispered, ever-present mystery that no one could fully unravel. Alien civilizations, despite their best efforts, found themselves adjusting to a reality where humanity operated from the shadows, exerting influence without openly taking power. Stories of human interventions were traded like folklore, each tale reinforcing the notion that humans were both allies and enigmas, figures of quiet strength who seemed to care deeply for the galaxy yet never demanded its gratitude. This unspoken guardianship made them something akin to legends, powerful, capable, and unknowable. The galaxy's inhabitants began to view humans as protectors of a different kind, a species that moved beyond the usual motivations of power or conquest. Humanity had, without ever making a declaration, assumed the role of unseen overseers, stepping in only when necessary and retreating before anyone could fully understand their methods. This cautious yet decisive approach earned them a reputation that transcended typical diplomacy or alliances. To most, humans embodied a type of authority that required no assertion. Their strength lay in restraint, a quality that inspired respect even among those who were wary of them. Different species adapted in various ways to humanity's influence. Some, like the vulnerable colonies on the galaxy's fringes, saw humans as a reassuring presence, a silent promise of help in times of need. These colonies lived in the confidence that if a disaster or threat became insurmountable, humanity might intervene, even if they left as swiftly as they arrived. This belief fostered a culture of quiet hope among the vulnerable, a feeling that they were not entirely alone in the vastness of space. Though humans remained hidden, their reputation as a force that responded to genuine crises became a comforting constant. More established civilizations, however, approached humanity with a mix of admiration and caution. Their leaders saw humans as a powerful unknown, an element that could not be manipulated or predicted. Even as they appreciated the benefits of human interventions, these civilizations could not shake the unease of dealing with a species that operated beyond the usual diplomatic frameworks. Humans, in their silent watchfulness, were neither allies to be commanded nor adversaries to be countered. They were something entirely new, a species whose self-governed purpose placed them outside conventional control. This ambiguous role allowed humanity to become a force that shaped the galaxy's moral fabric. The idea that humans only appeared when situations truly demanded intervention encouraged other species to reflect on their own responsibilities. There was an unspoken understanding that if humans had chosen to remain out of sight, it was to avoid influencing the galaxy's natural progression. In essence, humanity's presence became a reminder that power could exist without domination, that influence need not equate to control. Alien leaders found themselves emulating this approach, making decisions with a deeper awareness of the galaxy's balance, inspired by the restraint that humanity embodied. For many civilizations, this awareness translated into a renewed commitment to interstellar harmony. Humanity's interventions served as quiet examples of what it meant to act with purpose and intention. The memory of a human ship arriving in a crisis, stabilizing a dire situation, and disappearing without a trace left a mark on those who witnessed it. Alien leaders, once obsessed with expansion and control, began to see the value in restraint, adopting policies that prioritized stability over ambition. This subtle shift, influenced by humanity's quiet strength, led to a period of unprecedented cooperation and mutual respect across the galaxy. But humanity's mythos wasn't just limited to its moral influence. The galaxy's scientific communities found themselves captivated by human ingenuity, constantly analyzing every fragment left behind from human encounters. Alien engineers marveled at humanity's ability to adapt under pressure, studying human artifacts and technologies with reverence. They found inspiration in the simplicity and functionality of human tools, devices crafted not for elegance but for practicality and resilience. Engineers across the galaxy began incorporating these principles into their own designs, creating technology that was not only advanced but robust, capable of withstanding the unexpected. In this way, humanity's influence extended even into the technical realms, shaping the galaxy's approach to innovation. Despite this growing admiration, humanity remained a topic of cautious speculation. Alien councils continued to track rumored sightings, attempting to predict where humans might appear next. Even as humanity's role became synonymous with stability, alien leaders could not completely shake their wariness. Humans were, after all, a species that seemed capable of immense power, yet had chosen a path of quiet observation. This restraint, while respected, also kept the galaxy on edge, for no one knew what might compel humanity to step out of the shadows fully. Yet, as much as this mystery persisted, so did the quiet understanding that humanity was a vital part of the galaxy's fabric. Without ever formally joining any coalitions or alliances, humans had established themselves as essential participants in galactic affairs, guiding events through the careful art of selective intervention. Alien species, for all their attempts to categorize or predict human behavior, ultimately accepted that humanity's actions followed a logic uniquely their own. The galaxy had learned to live with this uncertainty, understanding that some mysteries were better left unsolved. In the end, humanity's influence created a legacy that transcended their physical presence. They had become more than a species, they were a symbol of tempered power, a reminder that strength was most effective when wielded sparingly. As the galaxy continued to evolve, alien species found themselves carrying forward the quiet lessons humanity had imparted, balancing ambition with caution, action with restraint. Humanity, the galaxy's worst-kept secret, had reshaped the interstellar community without ever claiming authority or seeking recognition. And so, the legend of humanity lived on, woven into the very essence of galactic society. Humans had shown the galaxy a new way to wield influence, not through dominance, but through wisdom, patience, and the choice to act only when truly necessary. They remained a mystery, a presence felt but rarely seen, guiding the galaxy as silent custodians of balance and stability. The galaxy had found strength in their example, knowing that somewhere, in the shadows, humanity watched over them, a quiet assurance that they were never truly alone in the vastness of space.